I just threw on makeup to give some color and dimension to my face. So y'all didn't think that you was at my viewing, if you know what I'm saying, okay? Honey, I had no color to my skin. But nonetheless, we're here. Hey, Pinky, we are here. I see you peeping Toms out there. Come on in. Click the button. Come on in. Join the live. A mess, honey. Hey, Mel. Pin your goal. So TikTok, don't come in here with your bullshit today telling me what to do. I don't know where that is. I don't know what it is. I don't know how to. Don't TikTok, just stay out of my lives. You're not invited. Hey, Masley. Oh, thank you. Listen, if you would have saw me 20 minutes ago, you wouldn't say that. Hey, Kristen. Literally, I think you guys would have thought I was in my view. I've never seen my lips so pit. Like, my lips were like, it was crazy. So I did a very quick little beat of my face. I hope I do too. This is only day 3. And everyone else has been sick or much longer than me, so I know I have a road. But that's okay. I'm gonna tough it out. Okay. Hey, Randy. Alicia, hello, beautiful. I am going to tough it out. We're gonna thug it out. We're gonna get through it. Get her done. I'm gonna stay on as long as I can, just kind of like yesterday. My voice. Can you guys hear me okay though? I feel like I'm talking so quietly. You guys already completed stage 2. Now you're on to Club Power. Good job, guys. Okay, perfect. So much going on. What do you guys want to dive into? You guys, I've got so many compliments on my sweatshirt. I don't know if my friend still makes them or not. I'm not going to go live right now, sweetheart. I am live. Battle. But I will need to find out because she does do merch stuff. So she would be the one that I would ask about doing sock gig merch, etc. But I've got so many compliments on this shirt. I wish I would have known. I said no, sir. Oh, Ashley, thank you, love. I know Fuller and Joe I haven't seen for a while. Oh, I have no idea, Alicia, if he filed another motion or not. No idea. I think everything's going to come out in January. There's no sense filing anything now. Okay, now I'm just turning this shit off. Now it just pisses me off. Sorry. Enough proof for what, Becky? Do you think? Are you asking it because like last time I was saying that it wasn't. It's not that there wasn't enough proof, but it wasn't an emergent situation. Nothing, love. I literally just got on. We haven't even started. So I'm not sure if you mean like for an emergency situation. I see you now, WV Mama. Hello, love. Wait, did you comment before? Nope, that was your first comment. That Bree God, I can't talk. That Bree isn't putting baby W first, and that's her. Yeah, I think Bree very likely is going to have a rude awakening. Because the judge made it very clear. I can actually pull them back up. If you guys want to go back over the paperwork, I can pull that up and I will do my best to read through it. The judge made it very clear. I'm giving you this, 4 or 5 months to prove to me he is your top priority. Now, just because you go out doesn't mean that you're a bad parent or whatever. I preach all the time. I think every parent should go out, have alone time, whatever. It makes you a better parent, right? But when you only have your child 7 days a month, nothing should be booked during that 7 days. Let's wait until everyone comes in here because I don't know how long my voice can hold, so I don't want to go over all over again. So I know that's going to be a hot topic today. So we'll give it a few more minutes and then we'll dive in with that. Right. And the best thing to do is just wait. Hi, love. Because again, unless it's an emergency order, meaning he is in intimate danger, like he's in danger of getting hurt or his life's in danger, whatever, before he goes home, That would be the only reason why they would change anything. Thank you. Again, as always, it's my Glossmetics lip gloss and NYX lip liner. That's all I got on. That's it. I love it. Thank you guys for sharing the live and tapping the screen. You guys are at 5,000 likes. Phoenix, hello, love. While we're doing that, I'm going to, yeah, her priorities are messed up for us mothers who want to be around our children. What? Want to be around our children. I think she's playing her deck exactly how she wants to play her hand. I've said this legitimately from the very beginning. She doesn't truly want to be a mom. That's not her, or like a full-time parent. Let me say that. I know she loves baby W. I know that. But remember when I said when 2K had to stay in California for that 6 months. I can't remember exactly how long, so we're just gonna say 6 months to make it easy, right? Thank you for the hot cocoa. I needed that. For that 6 months. And he stayed in Airbnbs. And each time he changed his Airbnb, he set up each room identical. Had moved everything, set it up identical to each place. Listen, you 24 peeping toms, come on in. We don't bite hard unless you ask. And you can't hate from the outside of the club if you can't come in. So come in. Come join us, loves. Anyways, so is that consistency, right? Which is very, very important for a child. So now Brie has no home in California. No card, no brick and mortar job. No job she has to go into a place for. Now that Santos accidentally went live 2 or 3 times in the middle of the night and showed that he was at the same Airbnb as Brie, right? Now she says, you guys are so stupid. I love how we're always the dumb ones. But anyways, you guys, we have 2 Airbnbs and a hotel. So we're just bouncing back and forth. We're going in between each Airbnb and the hotel. She's like, well, we're not really going to the hotel, but in between the Airbnbs, Santos and I are just swapping out because A, that's a believable story, right? But 2, the judge is going to look at that in a few ways, I would assume. When I thought you said it was finances were a tough situation for you for your visits, but yet you buy him a $10,000 chain and then you rent 2 very nice, fairly expensive. She could have downsized what she needed for her Airbnb. John also rented nice places, but he wasn't complaining about the price, right? Thank you, love. Is that a Walkman? Oh my God. You did not just send me a Walkman. Who just sent that? Pretty Jackie, thank you so much. You just took me back to my childhood. That was so nostalgic. Okay, focus, Angie. I will get back into your comments. I just want to get my thought process out. So the judge is going to be like, so you got 2 expensive Airbnbs, right? But more importantly than any of all of that, the child had 0 consistency even in 7 days. If it's true that you bounced this child from place to place to place, 0 consistency, at 1.5, he goes 3 weeks without seeing you, and who knows how long without seeing her mom. So he's getting reintroduced. He's in a strange place, and now you're bouncing him from place to place, swapping it out based on whatever. Do I believe it? No, I don't believe that they're actually doing that. I believe they're all staying at the same place. But if you cannot prove consistency for a child, it's not going to look good. She's moved, I think, 4 or 5 times in the last year. John has shown consistency. And that is what is important. So anyways, that's my say on that. Let me scroll because I know I missed a bunch of comments. I apologize. If you do look at the different videos, there is 2 different sets of stairs. I'll have to look. To be honest, I really haven't paid too much attention to them. And also, there's not a video. You know, they're dumb, but they're not that dumb. There's not a video of them together, so I don't know how much the judge will claim to. That's why I said I didn't say anything about Santos being around. What I'm talking about is the consistency, right? Bree's story is she bounced in that 7 days. She bounced between 2 homes, not giving her child any normalcy, consistency, etc. Broke to the judge, rich to the public, right? Bree said he had family in town, and Santos said his family was out of the country. Yeah, they can't keep it straight. Contradictions are real. All she does is lie. Her story change. Yeah, it will constantly change. Isn't she required to tell? Yes. Who is that cute little guy? Thank you, love. I hope Al doesn't get jealous because he was a cutie. She is required to tell John where the child is. Wouldn't she have to prove the dates they booked the 2 Airbnbs? Potentially. I mean, if John brings it up and if it's an issue, yeah, the judge is very likely going to ask, okay, where was Santos staying? Where was that Airbnb? Did you provide John with both of the addresses to both Airbnbs? Do you have the receipts that those have been booked? Because remember, she said the other day, hey, Betty, when she called us all idiots, well, not me, but because people said that they were shopping at a mall at the same time. She said she went to a Mexican mall and that he went to the Galleria Mall. So they were not at the same mall, and we're idiots, and we just should have known that. And she said that he went to the Galleria Mall because their hotel was right across the street. So why do you have to have a hotel and 2 Airbnbs? I don't know. Confused. Right, Shelley. But yeah, they're supposed to. They logistically should. I mean, they've been in Texas for a month. But remember, he has a place in Texas. Why doesn't he stay there? Becky, that is what I keep saying, Becky. Is she talks about the cost. I'm not from Texas, haven't been there, but some of you guys that are from Texas said that you guys have, rented a 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartment for $750 a month. Now, you don't need nothing fancy, but if you're going to be out there, you have to be out there every single month. Instead of buying a $10,000 chain for a 1.5-year-old, because that's a waste of money, and to renting 2 Airbnbs and a hotel and a car, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Why not just rent an apartment? For the cost of the chain, she could have rented an apartment and paid for it for an entire year. And then, not 2K, but then Baby W would have what? Consistency. Every time she'd pick him up, he would then know he's going to her home because it's the same home he goes to. He would have his room set up there with his toys. He wouldn't have to get new stuff every single time. It just makes sense. But she's so much in the thought of having to be from LA that, hey, Chels, that she won't do it. It's not about the child. It's about her and her image. So I hate to bring this up. It's holiday time. Most families are going to be bouncing. What do you mean, love? Exactly, Moonshine. Yeah, it's the new environment every single month. That is tough for them. And again, that's why I respected 2K so much when he was just, he was what, 6, 7, 8, he was in that like 5 to 11 month age range where wouldn't have been as big a difference. He may not have noticed, but he still made sure everything was in the same spot at the different locations. Because he didn't know he's going to be out in California for 6 months, so he didn't book a place for 6 months. Landlord talks about him being behind a rat in the place paint. Just being me. Are you talking about Fly? Are you talking about Santos? Sorry, I have to cover up. I'm hot and I'm cold. I'm hot and I'm cold. I'm hot and I'm cold. Yeah, going to Paris. That's definitely going to show the judge that you can't afford your visits. Absolutely. Hey, I heard. Or sorry, Enzo likes carrots. Surprise! Nothing has been right. Exactly. That's the thing that gets me, gamer. Is nothing's been done, in a sense, to this point, right? So there's like no accountability. She feels like she can do absolutely anything. Absolutely, Teresa. And she keeps thinking for some reason that January is going to be back to visitation. She's going to gain visitation back. She's not gaining any visitation. She keeps thinking for some reason that January is going to be back to visitation. She's going to gain visitation back. She's not gaining any visitation. Sorry. She thinks she's going to gain custody. Nothing is being done in January with custody at all. It's all just about visits. Remember, the judge bumped it up because the judge thinks she's going to be 6 to 7 months pregnant. Sister! The judge thinks she's going to be 6 to 7 months pregnant in January. Right? And the judge also told her, I'm going to get the videos. You told me you want to be a part of his life. You want to be a more hands-on mom. And I feel that you do. So I'm going to give you this time to do. And everything gets filmed, as we've seen. And so I know that you're going to make good decisions because all these videos are going to come back to me. So on your visit, when you only have them for 7 days out of the month and you're in a club and you got to, like, she probably could have played that off and like it was a work event. I got paid, blah, 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 to do it, even though she'd been out there for almost a month. But nonetheless, it was the sign. Right? The baby's with the nanny or whatever. It's that petty bullshit a judge isn't like. She may have money to pay for a mortgage. She may have money to pay for a mortgage, but I guarantee she doesn't have the credit. Yeah, for sure not. Thank you, Lizzie. Oh, is it lagging? It's like she is saying F you. She runs. Yeah, Kristen, literally. She's legitimately said that. She said, I don't give a shit what anybody says. He came out of me. No one, no judge, no attorney, no man, no one is going to tell me what I'm going to do with my child. I get to determine. I don't care what the judge says. She literally said that. Not really like in trouble, but why something didn't happen. Thank you, sister. Thank you, Jess. Not really like in trouble, but why something didn't happen. Thank you, sister. Thank you, Jess. And she's like, that's because the judge is my homegirl. She's clearly on my side, or whatever it was that she said. The judge is not going to like that. I'm sure we'll correct that because they keep freezing. Hold on. Am I better? We do love the TikTok shop. Is it still lagging? Still? Oh, better? Better. Okay. I just got back from, yeah. Whenever I start talking about them, they like to, anyways, report. However, I do have a backup page that is in my bio if you guys want to follow that really quick. Also my YT. So if by chance it comes down, I'll go over there. She's always bothered by me. She doesn't faze me though. Okay, let's see. Did you guys want me to go over the last order again? I love you guys more, Betty. No, don't switch. Okay. Oh, I have no idea. I think that's just all shit that she does to try to get people to watch. Unless somebody else knows. Again, I haven't been watching her. Does anyone know who the special guests were that we were going to be so mad about? It was probably Santos. She said a man and woman. I have no idea. Her mom and Santos probably. That's who's been there. No special guest. Her mod was there. Why would anybody care? That's what's so weird to me. Are we good? Can you see? You can see me, WV Mama? I didn't see him because again, I don't watch him. But yeah, I don't know why anybody would be mad or give two shits about who was there. Thank you, Randy. Welcome to level 19. I'm gonna put up a poll really fast. We'll do a quick poll. Do you guys want me to do a quick overview of the last court docs? Red, yes. Blue, no. Just so we can get the overview of what it is supposed to do. So red is yes, blue is no. I have them pulled up. So I can do a quick, I won't read all of them like line for line, but I can give you a quick overview of what it was that she was supposed to do and not supposed to do. Red is yes, blue is no. Okay. I'm pulling them up because I see it's a landslide here. Go back. Two and one. Okay, it was 82 to 19. So let me get this pulled up. Thank you guys so much for your daily heart me's and tapping the screen. Thank you, Sid. Yeah, I'm struggling. That's what I told him I was late because I'm like, I came on and I looked like I was at, like you guys was going to be coming to my viewing. Like I had no color to my face. My lips were completely washed. Like I looked horrible. I had no choice but to do makeup. I've been in bed all day. I went to bed last night. I stayed in bed until like noon. No, that's a lot. I stayed in bed later than that. Anyways, I look and feel terrible. But I took some Advil to try to bring my fever down and help with the pain. And here we go. We're going to rock out with, we're just going to rock out. I won't repeat the saying, okay? All right, let me find this up here. I have so many. 23 skadoop. What is this one? Oh, that's, we're not going over exhibit lists. We're not doing all that. I don't want to go over the transcript. Okay, here's the DVRO. DVRO 2. Oh, this is the one's all unorganized. Okay, so I have it. It's completely out of order. So I'm gonna have to bounce between multiple emails to get it to come up in order. Page 3, 2, 4. Okay, here's page 1 of 16. So this is the original DVRO. That was granted for 1 year for Bree. It goes until 8/27/26. Remember, in the state of California, if you have a DVRO, you cannot have any custody of the child. So because this was granted, 2K has full physical and legal custody of baby W. The legal custody basically means he doesn't have to ask her about school, medical stuff, any of that. right? He can do whatever he wants with her or with him. The hearing was at 8:27. They were all there. Future in court dates. Okay, that's number 2. Sorry, again, like I said, this is way out of order, so I have to. Here's number 3. Nothing is marked on page 3, so let me go back over to 4. Order to not abuse. You must not do the following things to the person in 1, which is John, or any person listed on 3. Hold on, let me turn this way so it's bigger. Okay. And this is where a lot of her violations has come from. I think she takes this as physical or directly to him, saying to him, you must not harass, attack, strike, threaten, assault, sexually or any otherwise, hit, follow, stalk, molest, destroy personal property, keep under surveillance, impersonate. Remember, we already had that one with the whole impersonating thing that was potential on the internet, electronically or otherwise, block movements, annoy by phone or other electronic means, including repetitive contact or disturbing the peace. So that one right there, she cannot annoy him by phone, the internet, or any other electronic means. Would you guys be annoyed if every single day your child's mother and her childish ass boyfriend were talking about you every single day and it's blowing up the notifications? Like, he has to be getting anywhere between 500 to 1,500 notifications a day. A day. That would annoy it annoys me. Literally, it annoys me. And I'm not in it, but I get hundreds of notifications a day. Number 2, she may not disturb the peace. Means to destroy somebody's mental or emotional calm. This can be done directly or indirectly, such as through somebody else. This can also be done in any way, such as by phone, over text, or online. Disturbing the peace includes coercive control. Now, if you guys were here, excuse me, when Dr. H was here, Dr. H is a family scientist. She went over coercive control with us, and we found out that's a lot of what Bree is doing is that coercive control. Okay, so again, in clear violation. But when she, principal, but whenever she says, how am I disturbing his peace, or how am I, what does she say? Oh, how am I destroying his mental calm? I can talk about whatever I want to. He just doesn't need to watch me. That's on him if he chooses to watch me. Excuse me, sorry guys. That would be fabulous if you guys didn't live in the world that you live in. Again, everything that you guys do, it is sent. Again, yesterday, I think when I counted, I was at like 240 tags, post, repost, whatnot to me. So, if I'm getting that many, he's getting, 10 times as many. So it doesn't matter if you talk about it. You're told not to talk about it, but you do. So yeah, that's disturbing his peace. Is today your birthday, Principal? Happy birthday! I would scream or do my normal happy birthday thing, but that will send me into a cough frenzy, so we're just going to say happy birthday, Principal. Okay, so here's the coercive control. Coercive control means a number of acts that unreasonably limit the free will and individual rights of any person protected by this restraining order. Examples including isolating them from friends, relatives, or other support, keeping them from food or basic needs, controlling or keeping track of them, including their movements, contacts, actions, money, and access to services, and making them do something by force, threat, or intimidation, including threats based on actual or suspected immigration status. Coercive control includes reproductive coercion, meaning controlling somebody's reproductive choices, such as using force, threat, or intimidation to pursue someone to be or not to be pregnant, and to control and interfere with someone's contraceptives, birth control, pregnancy, access to health care. Now, that doesn't really necessarily, this meaning itself doesn't necessarily apply to them so much. But when Dr. H came on, and I'll play a clip of that here in a minute, came on, she talked a lot about coercive control and the meaning of it, and gave a lot of examples of how Bree is using coercive control with not only 2K, but especially Santos. So that's something he would have to deal with on his end. Then it goes into number 13, no contact order. You must not contact John directly or indirectly by any means, including telephone, mail, email, or other electronic services. That indirectly goes back to when she's on live and she's talking shit, and she's like, you guys, just go over there and ask him. Just go, he's live, go over there and ask him. Go over there and tell him. Go over there and that's in clear violation of this. She deleted all of them? Why? That's how I was going to pull it up, because I couldn't go through my live. My live was like 3 hours. I was going to pull him up on there. I wonder why. I need to reach out to her. It's very possible that she won't care, but who knows? Only contact is through, they said that Dr. H deleted her video, so I'll have to go over there and look. Only contact is through our family wizard. Exceptions, you may have brief and peaceful contact with this person to only communicate about your children for court-ordered visits. You may have contact with your children during court-ordered contacts and visits. Okay, so this was page 4. What page is this? Okay, here's the next one. Stay away order. You must stay at least 100 yards away from person and one. So John, his home of person, that's it. Exception to that is for exchange of the child or for court-ordered visits, you must do so briefly and peacefully. For you to visit your child in the court-ordered contact for visits, nothing on 15. Number 16, parenting classes. Must complete parenting classes of at least 12 weeks. Anything already completed may count. I'll read this again. So before January 6th, just barely over a month, she must complete parenting classes of at least a minimum of 12 weeks of parenting classes. Anything already completed may count. Now, with that, she really feels that, you guys remember back when she did her high conflict co-parenting class, it was a 12 module course. She did that in like 2 or 3 hours. And we know that because she did it on Kick while asking people for the answers, right? So to her, she had already put in there and said that she completed that. She even asked John to do it with her, and he said no. Well, John said no because John has already completed his high conflict parenting, co-parenting class, as well as his parenting class that he did way back when this very first started. Right, well, editing pictures. And so she has not even looked into it. The judge told her on this day, which was August 27th, if I were you, I would submit what you turned in so that way we can see if it counts, because it has to be a minimum of 12 weeks of the parenting class. I think I do kind of remember that. I have the transcript too, where she said the owner did a private class with her. Yeah, that's a no-go too. And if that parenting class, and I can pull that up in the transcript, I will look and see. Because if I remember correctly, in the transcript, it says if that piece is not done, there's going to be no change. Okay, so that's number 18. Okay. Let's go back to here. Oh, I gotta find the next one. Wait a minute. These are so out of order. Okay, well, I'm going to skip because I got the order to prevent child abduction. So I'm going to read this and then I'll go back and read the last piece because the last one was just there was nothing major on there. That's where they talked about the passport and whatnot. Okay, so this is her other order to prevent child abduction. The court has determined that there is a risk that person in 2, which is Bree, might take the children without permission because person in 2 has violated or threatened to violate a custody, has threatened to violate or has violated a custody or visitation order. It goes down to number 4, has a history of, and it says, taking the children without permission. Number 4, the orders are granted as follows. Do not move without written permission of the other parent or court order. The person in 2, Bree, must not move with the child outside of California. And then in the other box, it is written in Texas during her custody time in Texas. That's because this is for a longer period of time, so it wanted to cover both states, both statuses. So during any of her visiting time in Texas, she is to stay in Texas and Dallas and surrounding counties. When it's in California, it'll be in California, and she won't be able to leave from there. Number 5, turn in and do not apply for passports or other important documents. Person in 2, Bree, must not apply for passports or other documents that can be used for travel, like visas and birth certificates, and must turn in the following documents. Now, there is nothing listed, and I know that this was, I had even believed that she needed to turn in her passport. I think when I was talking to A Law Talk, I found out because she only has her passport, she has no other ID. Why she isn't just required to get an ID, I don't know. She did not have to turn her passport in. However, there's like a mark on it, basically. And she cannot travel with baby W. She cannot request baby W's birth certificate. She can't ask for a visa or a passport. She cannot order that or request that from for baby W. So it still makes it to where she cannot travel with baby W. Number 6, provide travel plans and documents. Person in 2, Bree, must give the person in 1, John, the following before traveling with a child. Before traveling with child, right? Child's travel schedule, copies of round-trip airfare tickets, addresses and telephone number where the children can be reached. So she can't just go wherever she wants to with the child. John needs to be able to know where the child is because she has a history of child abduction or the thought of. So she has a specific plan to prevent said orders. And that's where she kind of got held up a little bit last time. Okay. I'm going to have to print all these out so that I can get them all in order. Okay, let's see. What is this one? This one is her child custody and visitation order. The name of protected person, John, restrained from Bree, child, baby W. Number 4, no travel with children without permission. Person 2, state of California during her custodial time in California. Other, state of Texas during her custodial time in Texas. She is not allowed to leave those areas. Yeah, we just talked about that, Terry. I think that's going to come up. That is going to be extremely unprofessional. I think the judge is going to call her out on that. Because that looks very bad on the judge. Because not only did she call her homegirl, she said that she got to do it, or she got away with, or whatever. I can't remember the exact words, because the judge is her homegirl. So the judge could be called up for that. Again, she's just talking shit, but I'm sure the judge will put her in, let her know that that's not acceptable. There's nothing marked on these ones. Here we go. Okay. Child custody. This is for the legal custody, and people always want to come in here and battle with me in regards to this. I'm not the judge. I'm not making the rules. I haven't determined who has custody or visitations of them. I'm simply reading exactly what the judge wrote. This states clear as day right here for child custody. Legal custody, the person that makes decisions about the child's health, education, and welfare. Sole to person in 1, which is John. Physical custody, the person that the child regularly lives with. Sole to person in 1, which is John. John has sole, legal, and physical custody of the child. Bree does not have any amount. People want to say that she has 25% custody. No, she has 25% visitation. Hey, 7 o'clock. But she does not have 25% custody. She has no custody. Like, she has no sense. None. She has visitation. That's it. Okay. Let me go to the next one. This one here, hold on. Okay, 10. Oh, okay, here we go. Hold on, let me finish it here. Visits with no supervision is what is granted. So non-supervised visits. So it says on here, judge Judge's reason listed here. No physical danger to minor. Basis of restraining order. Do not involve actual physical violence or violence by restrained party toward minor child or protected party. Mother will be taking parenting classes, is what it says. And so that is it for that. Oh, wait, let me see what this fourth one is. We did the passports, travel plans, we did that. Let me just double check. Yep, and we did the violence. So that is the 3 orders that were done, right? And that was done in August. So there's a DVRO. And again, in the state of California, when you have an active DVRO, you do not get custody of your children. So she has no physical or legal custody of her children. Let me pull up really fast the transcript and see. The transcript is very long, but I'm going to see if I can skim through and just find the part where the judge is talking about how important it is for them to be on their P's and Q's because she's going to get the videos, etc. Actually, I think it's going to be down. It'll be easier for me to just do it this way. Oh, it's Saturday. You guys want to get your drinks available or ready? We can play a drinking game. Every time the judge says 4:30, take it. Take a shot. You guys will be gone in 5-10 minutes flat. All right, I'm going up to where it was ordered. Okay. Yeah, me neither. Listen, I can barely get my Diet Coke down. It is absolutely killing me. My throat hurts so freaking bad. I hate drinking anything hot, but that's what I need is like some hot tea or something to like soothe this. Okay, do you guys want me to go through and read what the judge's specific words? Because I'm only going over this because I've seen so many videos these last couple days saying that she can do what it is she wants to do, yada yada yada. Tea with honey. I'll get some. Yes. Put a yes if you want me to do it. Yes. Okay, that's enough yeses for me. Wait, what did that say? Farm Tech here. These next new throat spray has actually. Oh, is that what I have? Oh no, my son-in-law gave me this yesterday to work. Stupid. Ugh. The nose. Oh my god. Oh. Why do I try to prove anything online? No, my tongue is numb. The sprayer doesn't work. Do you guys remember? Oh my god, I was just gonna say that. What is a hot? I remember my mom. Oh my god, my tongue. Marshmallows help sore throats. Yeah, get your shots ready. Oh, this is a Brewmate, Sarah. Number 1 best purchase I ever made on this here TikTok shop. Love it because I only drink Diet Coke. And it doesn't leak at all. And watch, it doesn't explode in your face. Yeah, a hot toddy. My mom used to always drink a hot toddy. Now, I don't drink. But I was wondering what it was. I'll have to look it up because my mama said at work, I'm not a drinker, but listen, to get rid of this, I may start. $90 in Canada. I mean, they're $50 here. I only promote them when they're on sale for like $25. Okay, let's get through this and then we'll get back to my cold. So that way I'm not keeping you guys all night. If you guys can do me a favor and just make sure you're tapping the tapper thing and daily heart me's if you haven't done so. You never have to give me, but if you'd like to, you like it, I love it, okay? Okay. It's right here. Oh, here we go. This is where, hold on, let me go back a page, because this is where she's talking about the classes. Okay, here we go. So this is the judge. All right. Evidence can be authenticated in a lot of different ways. Certainly, you can bring in metadata, but a party can also testify that accurately looks like the hotel I was at doing. I always have to clarify this whenever I'm reading these the transcripts. They repeat words multiple. I read it verbatim. What it is. I've seen so many videos and clips that's like, Angie and her people, they don't know what they're talking about. The way that they read the court records tells me that she's not a social. She doesn't know what she's talking about. No, it's legitimately word for word verbatim what it is they say. They don't complete sentences. They copy words over. A lot of it doesn't make any sense. But for them, it makes sense. So I can read. I'm just letting y'all know. Page 107 is where she fell asleep. Right. Okay. There were also social media stars, including Santos. He testified he was there, and then shortly thereafter, we had Miss Olsen testify. And again, I'm not beyond a reasonable doubt. It's a preponderance of the evidence. The fact that somebody didn't bring in evidence, in criminal law, there's a jury instruction not to necessarily consider all the evidence that someone couldn't have brought in. There's also, even in the beyond reasonable doubt context, the testimony of one witness can be enough to dispute that. Mr. Giese testified that he was there. Mr. Santos, I don't know what his last name is, has put himself there. What they're talking about really fast, you guys, is the day that Santos and they went to the hotel to go meet up to try to go do something with 2K and Chris and all of them, whatever. That's what they're talking about right here, just so we're aware. They're trying to say it didn't happen, it was a skit, but the judge is like, no, they put themselves there, so it happened. That's why the order is granted. Okay. Miss Olsen sort of corroborating everything but that wasn't the only thing. It was other threats. And so the court, and you'll note, I didn't spend much time on what happened with the exchange of the child. I do not believe, or I did not, because I think it's equivocal. And I think that interaction is the kind of thing that those cases talked about, where not all custody disputes can be the basis of a DVRO. Yes, thank you, Tori. I'm not sure. And I'm sure it was awful to not know where your child was, but I do think that the physical evidence, the videos we saw, were not necessarily consistent with Mr. Giese or his mom being particularly upset. They were live streaming. There was no evidence of the throwing up, etc. But again, that's not what the court focuses its ruling on. It was the incident of the hotel and the prior threats, or course, the behavior during the incident, The water guns, I guess, had some weight to it. Again, those alone may not have been enough. For all of those reasons, I do believe it is appropriate to issue a restraining order. I will say this. It is going to be a short one. It's going to be a year. and I'm going to order you to do parenting classes, not a domestic violence class, a parenting class. My understanding, I believe, your client is with child again, correct? Bree's attorney says, is what? The judge, with child again. Bree's attorney says, yes, she did do one of those paid parenting classes through Cornerstone. That's on the court's list. Now, I find this very interesting. I'm going to read this again. I know you guys heard me, but I'm going to read it again. Because, mind you, Bree's attorney is a mother. So maybe for someone who's not a mother, that could be a confusing question. Brandy, hi, beautiful. I was thinking about you randomly at 4 o'clock this morning. The judge says, my understanding, I believe, your client is with child again, correct? Bree's attorney, is what? The judge, with child again? Yes, she did do one of those paid parenting class through Cornerstone. That's on the court's list. Why is she why is she skipping over the whole pregnancy thing, right? The judge says, how long was it? How many weeks? Her attorney responds back, it was private, like a private thing with the owner where they did like private sessions. Bree pipes in, private sessions, and I took a test. I think I offered to do them alongside John, which was the offer from the owner of the company. The judge, oh, well, I'm going to order him to do one separately. Miss Olson, I did one recently when you ordered supervised visits. The judge, good. Bree, that's how recent it was. The court, okay, because here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make the restraining order valid for a year. We're going to come back in 6 months because under 3044, there is a presumption against joint legal and joint physical, and you can overcome that presumption with certain things. Domestic violence, which I don't think is appropriate here, but parenting class is. Also, if you come back and show me your parenting class, the court may very well consider changing the presumption. I'm going to read that again, and we're going to talk about it. And if you come back in January, she's talking about in January, this was in August. If you come back and show me your parenting class, the court may very well consider changing the presumption. Meaning, had she actually taken the 12 weeks of parenting classes, the judge very well may have and acted appropriately, may have lifted the DVRO, meaning at a minimum, she could have gained at least 50-50 legal custody. But baby W is not that important to her. She did not do 12 weeks of parenting classes. She did a module for high conflict resolution co-parenting classes is a class that she took. We know that. Why? Because she told us one, and she showed us their certificate. It was admitted. It was admitted in the court evidence. We've seen it. Yeah, literally, they're doing, we took the test for it. I'm going to turn these off. Okay. This is still the judge. We're now on to, let me read the order real quick because we're running out of time. Get your shots ready if you guys want to play the game. Every time she says 4:30, or just take a sip. I don't want to overdo it. I'm not going to make any special orders regarding, enjoining particular conduct about posting because my fear is that will be challenged right away and may not be very successful. I'm going to follow the standard orders in a DV restraining order. I'm leaving it to both of you and you guys both have two phenomenal attorneys. You really do. And I will leave it to them to provide you guidance as to whether or not something is violating or not. So it's going to be, I can't prohibit them from posting. I recognize that's how they make their livelihood. I'm going to prohibit them from making defamatory statements. The judge says, I'm going to prohibit them from making defamatory statements. She's wrote that how many times? I hope you wouldn't, because that's a separate issue. You have a child together, and you have said some horrible things about each other online. Absolutely horrible. And now I'm putting on a different hat. I've now moved away from my DVRO hat, and I'm on to my custody and visitation hat. And that's kind of stuff I can take into account when I make custody orders. So you both need to prove to me you can do a lot better as it relates to your child and what you say about each other. Because W is going to get old enough at some point to look at all of this stuff. And he is going to see what you said about his mom. And he's going to see what you said about his dad. Think about that. When he's 12 years old and he's in middle school and he's embarrassed and he has all his new buddies and they're all going online, hey, see that your mom said what your dad said about your dad when you were little, sorry. Hey, see what your dad said about your mom. I feel sorry for him when that happens. So I want you to both think long and hard about that. All right? Miss Olson, you are ordered to not harass, strike, threaten, assault sexually, or otherwise hit, follow, stalk, molest, destroy their personal property of, keep under surveillance, impersonate, block movements of, annoy by phone or other electronic means, or disturb the peace of Mr. Giese. Disturb the peace means to destroy somebody's mental or emotional calm. This can be done directly or indirectly, such as through somebody else. This can also be done in any way, such as by phone, over text, or online. Disturbing the peace includes coercive control. Coercive control means a number of acts that understandably limit the free will and individual rights of the person protected by the restraining order. I didn't see any evidence of coercive control, so I'm not going into that today. You must not contact Mr. Giese directly or indirectly by any means, including by telephone, email, or other electronic means. Do they do Our Family Wizard? John's attorney says they do use Our Family Wizard. The judge, except through Our Family Wizard. There's an exception to that. You may have brief and peaceful contact with Mr. Giese to only communicate about your children for court-ordered visits. You may have contact with your children, or W, only during court-ordered visits. So it sounds like they even took away the Wednesday phone calls. I'm going to order you to do a parenting class. If you've already done one, great. At least 12 weeks. So I know there's private, but there are court-sponsored ones that I really would like for you to do, or for her to do. Sorry. Miss F. That was, it was the facility on the floor of LACS, the judge. Okay? She can turn it in and the court will take it. Okay? Miss F. We already filed it. As I told you, we went over it, and I told you guys it was the co-parenting one. The judge, okay. We'll just put that already been filed. Do you have any objection with that? Are you aware? John's attorney, I don't know the details of the class, and I think if it doesn't meet the court, what the court has in mind, then I will make my objection. The judge says, I'll say anything already completed may count. So I'm not gonna make her do any more. John's attorney, okay. The court, okay. Sorry, quick break. Mr. Gacy may record any communications you make in violation of this court. All right? Here's what I'm going to do regarding custody and visitation. Right now, I'm going to award sole legal to Mr. Gacy. I think I have under the 3044 presumption, but you can overcome the presumption. You can overcome that presumption by taking the parenting class. Like, I don't know how many times the judge has to say, take the damn parenting class. I'm not going to order supervised visits anymore. My understanding is the supervised visits have gone well. There's never been any physical harm to W as far as I can see. However, I do not like videos and pictures of your young child on the bed and people are vaping and smoking. My understanding from your attorney is you are no longer living in the MILF house. MILF house, is that correct? Bree, I have my own apartment. The court, wonderful. All right. What I would like to do, so I'm going to say no travel with W outside of the state of California during your custodial time in California. You're not going to have custodial time in California right away. You'll eventually get it. Or you can't take W out of Texas during your custodial time in Texas. My sense is, this is the judge, okay? My sense is you've learned a very important lesson about this whole thing with the LAPD. Thank God nobody got hurt. But they could have been. When our law enforcement shows up and says they're outside, it's not a joke. When I asked how old your managers were, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but a 21-year-old and a 22-year-old does not know the law unless they went to law school. They gave you terrible advice. I heard it all. You were lucky you were not arrested. You were lucky no one was hurt. When law enforcement says turn over your child, you turn over your child. You have to do it. My sense is because you're a public figure, you are not going to do that again because they know where to find you. I think right now there is not a basis for supervised visits. I would like you to have overnight visits with your son. I know you're dying for it. I know you do. My sense is you're a different person now than you were a couple months ago. You're a young woman, and you're going to continue to learn. You have another child coming soon. You both make your living on the internet. I've heard so many things that just really cause me such great concern, but there's nothing I can do because you're going to continue to do it because you continue to earn money. And it is what it is. But I can take into account what you say and do on the internet in terms of when I award custody and visitation. You are not scot-free in this, Mr. Gacy. You said some really horrible things. You made some really horrible choices, I think. I understand that's how you make your life, your living. It is hard for me to hear that you were stressed out about all these other things and then you're posting out in a hallway and making videos about it. It rings a little hollow. I mean, it was enough for the DVRO but it still rings a little hollow. So either you care about your child and want to raise your child. Don't talk the way you talk about your child's mother on the internet. Same with you. You guys may ignore me because you make a lot of money doing it. That's your choice. But my sense is the other side will bring me in those videos the next time we discuss custody and visitation. That's why I'm allowing her to have unsupervised visits. What I'm going to say is, let's do. Did you girls have a chance to talk about, girls have, when she said girls, she's talking about the two attorneys, have a chance to talk about a meet and confer? John's attorney, we didn't. My ask would be, at least initially, that the visits take place in Dallas, and I would ask for an order that Santos not be present at visits in any capacity. The judge, that's absolutely going to happen. I am not going to bash. I don't know if he's the father of your other child, but he's made some poor decisions, talking about Santos here. He should. I will. Why don't we put this, put in the order he cannot film? You just said film. Oops, hold on. What did I just do here? You just said film was, I do not want Santos at those visits. See what I'm saying? When I'm reading it directly, it's so confusing. So I'm going to read it again. He should. I will. Why don't we put in the order he cannot film? You just said film was, I do not want Santos at the visits. So confusing is what I'm talking about. There was already an incident. I don't know whose fault it was, but there are those people who are red flags for others. He's this motherfucker. Where was I at? Sorry. He's a red flag for Mr. Gacy. You should focus your visits in Texas on your child and not... Oh my God, this idiot. Sorry. Yes, turning off my request. He is a red flag for Mr. Gacy. So you should focus your visits in Texas on your child and not Mr. Santos. So here's what I'm going to do. I knew we were going to run out of time. Get your drinks ready. All right. I was hoping you guys would meet and confer. I guess that didn't happen, so let's do this. I'm going to set the 6-month review date. I hate to do it, but I'm going to do it. Right now, excuse me, all visits will occur in Texas unsupervised. The parties can meet and confer as to the schedule for those. Bree's attorney, Your Honor, that's not going to work. The court. Well, it's 4:30. Take your drink. Bree's attorney, I know. The judge. Counsel, respectfully, I said from day 1, day 2, and day 3, we are going to run out of time. That's why this morning I said I would like for you guys to have a meet and confer. Nobody did it. I'm at 4:30. Take a drink. I have given you guys a day longer than this case should have taken because nobody followed my order. You're going to meet and confer. You are going to meet and confer. Oh, I missed it. If Black Widow, if you wanted me to see something, I missed what you pinned, love. Sorry. Let me see. All of those visits, we're at 4:30 right now. It's number 3. Take a drink. We had 2 days. We had all of lunch to work this out. You did not. I am not keeping my staff late because you guys didn't want to meet and confer. So all of the visits are going to be in Texas for the first 6 months. You guys will meet and confer as to a schedule. If you cannot meet and confer, my sense is someone will come to court with an RFO. When we'll do a 6-month review date. When she shows me proof she has finished the 12 weeks parenting class and all that, and assuming those visits have gone well, then we'll discuss visits in California. That will be the court's order. Let's review a date. Bree's attorney. In Texas, right? John's attorney. Not Dallas. The court. Dallas. It's not in California. Bree's attorney. No, because the airport. John's attorney. Texas is huge. Bree's attorney. Borders a county line. So the airport is actually closer to a county that's not Dallas County. So is it Texas as a whole or Dallas as a county? Bree. I don't know why Bree always chimes in, but Bree. I would have to get an Airbnb out in Dallas County where my family doesn't live in Dallas County. The court. Okay, where does your family live? They live in Corpus Christi, Texas. And they also live, the court. Where do you live? John, I live in Dallas. The judge. Okay. Again, this is why I said to meet and confer. It's now 4:30. It's 4. Your attorneys were told at 10:30 today we were going to run out of time. I told them to meet. They did not. I am not letting it's not on you guys. Here's the order. If we meet and conferred, we wouldn't be here now. So where does he live? John's attorney. The child and my client live in Dallas. Corpus would require a flight. So if it's in the vicinity of Dallas or surrounding counties, I think that that's a probable fair compromise. The judge. Okay, here's what I'll do. I am urging both of these attorneys to work together. The visits will be in Dallas and surrounding counties, except if you guys can work it out amongst yourselves. Bree's attorney. And overnights, correct? The judge. And they are overnights. They can be 3-day weekends. Remember I told you guys the judge originally said the 3-day weekends, right? Every other weekend, that's what's best for the child. I'm going to do 3-day weekends. I'm good with up to 3 days. If she wants more, you guys can meet and confer on that. John's attorney, okay. The judge. So at least, let's say once a month. It can be up to a week. This is why, again, I said to meet and confer. This is what I meant. I do not want to be doing this at 4:30. Take another one, that's 5. And here we are. Bree's attorney, okay. The judge. So she can have at least up to a week-long visit, a month overnight with, and maybe that will negate the issue of travel because if she has a full week, she can work out her schedule. The parties are ordered to meet and confer regarding the schedule. Up to a week, once a month, unsupervised in Dallas and surrounding counties. We will do a 6-month review date, assuming those are going well. The court will switch and have some of those visits in Los Angeles, assuming she's still living there. Let's talk about it. I'm going to read that again. Assuming those visits are going well, the court will switch and have some of those visits in Los Angeles County, assuming she's still living there. She no longer has a home there. Okay, she does not have a home there. She may still say she's a resident of Los Angeles, but the judge clearly states, I'm going to read it again. Get your clips, get your whatever you want to get right now. We will do a 6-month review date. Assuming those are going well, the court will switch and have some of those visits in Los Angeles, assuming she's still living there. Santos is not to be present at any custody visitation in Texas. That may change. Now, people may say, well, she is still living there. Whatever. She no longer has a home in Los Angeles. She's going to have to rent a place and be able to show that she still has some type of residency in Los Angeles. She has said she's got rid of her home because they're just going to travel and stay in Airbnbs and hotel and just travel around and then go back to Dallas or California for her visits. So the judge made it very clear. I may lift your restraining order if you complete your 12 weeks of parenting class. She is not done. You may get visitation back in California if you're still living there. So they'll play tit for tat. Listen, they'll battle that out in regards to if she's still living there or not, in regards to the housing situation. Again, I don't know the laws practicing in California. I think it would be crazy for a judge to order by then almost 2-year-old, right? A 2-year-old to travel every single month to see his mother in a city she doesn't have a home in. She has no roots in. It's not like it would make sense for the child to have to travel if she, like the rest of us, right? We have a home, a job, a company we go into to work. She doesn't have that. She can work wherever she wants to. So it'll be interesting. A lot of people say, who just said that? It seems like she likes Brie. I think that the judge is very, very neutral, but I think the judge gave her just enough rope. You want to play a game? Let's play a game. Here you go. I'm going to give you everything you want. Make it work, or it's going to be enough to fuck it all up. Is pretty much. That's what I see. But it could be better. I mean, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. And we will find out in January. Oh. Elcam, thank you, love. Oh, it's a goal. Oh, man, I feel like I'm a kid again. Listening to the Beastie Boys. Thank you, love. Okay. Okay, are you guys good on your five drinks so far? We're all up to 5. Refill now. If you need to refill, now's the time to refill because she's going to keep going, okay? That's why I changed it from shots. All right, here we go. My sense is that as she gets more pregnant, it may be harder for her to travel. We'll address those when. I think we can set this for the move away because don't we need to do the move away at some point? John's attorney. At some point, we're going to need final orders. So I think that would make sense. My only other question would be, can we get an order that Miss Olsen provide the location where she'll be with the child via OFW? The judge, absolutely. Miss Budnick, okay. The judge, all right. Let's do a 6-month review date and maybe, should we set that? Why don't we do this? I don't want to do a 6-month. Let me do a 3-month review. And at some point she's going to get more pregnant. And then there's going to be an issue with flying. Let's see how the Texas things are working. Miss F, Bree's attorney, can bring me all the proof and just argue it again about the parenting classes. At that point, I'm going to set a PPA, also probably in conjunction with the move away. So let's do the first 3 months. She can CW up to a week at a time in Dallas and surrounding counties. Santos is not to be present at any of those visits. You have to abide by this order. It is going to be up to you to make a determination of whether what you post on the internet violates your order. You have a very good attorney next to you, and I am sure she will provide you with that guidance. Hopefully the parties can meet and confer on a holiday schedule. John's attorney, definitely. The judge, because I definitely don't have the time to do it. We'll set a preview a review hearing date, you guys can always file an RFO. Well, why don't we just do John's attorney? I'm pretty open in January. It's just the last week in January I'm out. The judge. My sense is on the review date, we will discuss switching the visitations to California. Sorry. Can you do January 8th? John's attorney, I can do January 8th, 8:30. The judge, yes. What day of the week is that? It's a Thursday. The judge, okay, can you guys do January 6th? That also works. That's fine. The judge, all right. Okay. So I think I've said enough. We'll get a copy of the order. I wish you all the best of luck. Remember, everything you post, the other side is going to see. And if the other side sees it, you can guarantee they're going to show it to me. Miss F, is that at 8:30? The judge, yes. Miss Budnick, I think respondent needs to wait for the restraining order to be served. Can I pull a copy from the website? Sure. Okay. And that's where we're at. We're waiting. The judge says, okay, and best of luck to all of you. So that was the order. That was the transcript word for word from the judge, both attorneys, Bree and John. Read to you 113 pages. Well, I didn't read the whole 113 pages. I read the last 30 pages. Word for word on just the judge's orders. So hearing that, if that's the first time you guys have heard it, I'm going to do a poll. Do you think Bree has violated her orders? Red, yes. Blue, no. After reading everything I said, do you think she has violated in any way her orders? Red, yes. Blue, no. Red, yes. Blue, no. If she's violated her orders in any way. Wow. It's a landslide. It's most people have ever voted. Keep it going. Let's see. There's 727 people in here. Let's see if we can get everyone to vote. Red, yes. Blue, no. If you just heard everything the judge said and feel like she's violated her orders in one way or another, doesn't mean she has to have violated all of them. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. 320 to 4. Good job, you guys. Rhonda says, do you think the judge brings up the parenting class so many times is because she knows what Bree took? Yeah. I think that's one reason. I think she wanted to pound it in her head. You have to take 12 weeks of a parenting class. A habitual offender, yeah. Actually, I'm curious if some of the 4, yeah, I'm curious. And again, I love differences of opinion. If any of you guys want to either come up or put in the comments why you think she hasn't, I would love to know. I don't necessarily know if they could make her prove she's pregnant, because does it have a say in it? No. Will she get to have her visits to California? I don't think so. No, I say I don't think so. Attorney thinks that she will get to. But I don't know. After reading again, it had been a long time since I read that. So, I don't know. I feel like they were very, very honest. Oh, 2 of the 4 people said it was by accident. Oh, okay. I think she did, but how can they prove Santos was there? Yeah. Actually, hold on. Let me reread something. Something just popped in my mind. Hold on. You may think I'm crazy, but give me a second. Well, I'm kind of crazy, but... Give me just a second. Let me see if I can find this. Because remember, every word makes a difference, right? It's wordplay. It's further up. Hold on. Dang it. Where are you guys going? Field trip? Okay, hold on. I'm going to find this. Oh, wait. Here we go. I think this is it. Okay, parenting classes. Give me just a second, because if it just clicked back in my mind what I read, and I think if I read it, it may make a difference. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I'm going to read this again. John's attorney says we didn't. May I ask, my ask would be, at least initially, did the visits take place in Dallas? And I would ask for an order that Santos not be present at the visits in any capacity. The court said, oh, that's absolutely going to happen. I'm not going to bash. I don't know if he's the father of your other child, but he's made some poor decisions. He should. I will. Why don't we put this order out? I don't want Santos at the visits. Now, to me, that's not just saying when W's around. That's that week of her visits. She doesn't want Santos at the visits at all. That week, any capacity. She said in any capacity, no Santos. She didn't say when W's around. And I think that we all kind of skipped over that, including me. Yeah, that would be FaceTime, phone calls around her exact. I think a lot of us skipped over that and thought he just couldn't be around baby W. No, the judge is very clear. I will read it again. That is absolutely going to happen. I am not going to bash. I don't know if he's the father of your other child, but he has made poor decisions. Thank you, El Camp. He should. I will. Why don't we put this order that he cannot film? He just made film. I don't want Santos at visits. There's already been an incident. I don't know whose fault it was going. Those people are red flags. He's a red flag for Mr. Giese. You should focus on your visits in Texas with your child and not Santos. So here's what I'm going to do. I knew we were going to run out of time. All right, I'm hoping you guys can meet and confer. You guys are going to meet in Texas. And Santos is not to be around in any capacity. In any capacity. He cannot be at your visits at any capacity. Again, it's wordplay, guys. You know, Rhonda said, someone said there is proof she was drinking at the bar. I thought she couldn't drink with Baby W. Now, the original order that came out, the temp order came out, and it stated very clearly, you could not drink within 12 hours of having Baby W, nor could she drink any time. Both of them, John too, could not drink at all under any capacity during their time of having them. It could not use any other substances within 24 hours of having them. That does not say any of that in this order. So pretty much if Santos cared, he wouldn't be around. Moonshine, you just summed it all up. Absolutely. But see, I don't think that Santos going live early this morning, I don't think that was done unintentionally. I don't think that was done accidentally. Now, see, he's not like me. He knows how to work social media, right? And you do have to push a couple buttons to get to live. I just don't think it was done unintentionally. Yeah, and if you guys have been following me, I've said from the beginning, Brie is her own worst enemy. Then when Santos came into the picture, I said, well, Brie may be her second worst enemy because I think Santos is going to be the one to hammer the nails into the coffin. So, yeah, I don't know, guys. I mean, we read it. This is not an opinion. This is not because people think I dislike Brie or I adore John or whatever the case may be. I read verbatim, word for word for word. He is in love with John. What the judge and the attorney said. And I missed that last time. In any capacity. Let's look up the meaning of any capacity. Because someone's going to say, oh no, you guys are stretching. Don't judge my fat ass for my search bar. Not that you guys saw it, but I'm going to call myself out on being Chipotle BOGO deals today. Because my son-in-law told me, James, if you're in here, I know you're not, but just in case, that today Chipotle had a BOGO deal on their entrees. My fluffy girl self over here was thinking all night about my BOGO Chipotle deal. It was 3 days ago. You just love toying with the fluffy girl's emotions. You can't do that to me. What the hell? Damn it, man. Leave me alone. Okay, let me see. I'll never be the same. Let's see. I put in, what does in any capacity mean in court docs? Okay. Excuse me. In court docs, the phrase in any capacity is an intentionally broad term designed to cover all possible roles, functions, or relationships, no matter how formal or informal. It is used to ensure a legal obligation or restriction applies universally. The specific meaning depends heavily on the context for documents. Let me see, these don't really apply. It's like employment, official role. Let me do it. Let me just type it all out. Okay, so I just typed in when a court doc says a person cannot be at, I just put at visits, we'll see what it says. At visits in any capacity, what does it mean? A court order that says a person cannot be at visits in any capacity is a strict, comprehensive prohibition of that individual having any form of contact with the child or the visitation process. Or the visitation process. Oh, I gotta plug my phone in. Physical presence. They cannot be at the location where the visit takes place, such as at a home, a park, a school, event, or supervised visitation center. Indirect contact. They cannot arrange, facilitate, or be involved in the logistics of the visits, i.e., transport the child, drop off, pick up of the child, or arrange the schedule, meaning he can't book the flights, book the Airbnb. Yeah, I do. Communication. They cannot communicate with the child or, ready? Here we go. They cannot communicate with the child or the supervising individual about the visit, whether by phone, by text message, email, social media, or through a third party. Did you guys get that? I'm going to read it one more time. Communication. They cannot communicate with the child or the supervising individual about the visit, whether by phone, text message, email, social media, or through a third party. Any other involvement. The phrase in any capacity is intended to cover any potential loophole, ensuring that the person has zero contact or influence over the visitation agreements. Such a severe restriction is usually put in place when the court has found a significant and documented safety concern, such as a history of abuse, neglect, substance abuse, or DV, and has determined that the contact will be detrimental to the child's well-being. Violating this order, even in a seemingly minor way, is a serious matter and can result in legal penalties, including being held in contempt of court. If there are concerns about the order not being followed, it is important to document the incidents and contact legal professionals. Well, that's interessante. It's crazy that I feel like I haven't heard anyone else talk about this. Now, granted, I'm not on here a whole lot. The necklace, just everything. And I feel like this is something that's so important. The rope is short now. Yeah. Again, I know a lot of people really have really come down hard on the judge. But again, I think she has been very fair. And I think she has given her an opportunity and said, Bree, meet rope. Enjoy your visits. Don't fuck up. Because I'm going to see it. Same with you, John. Don't fuck up. I'm going to see it. John hasn't talked about him. The matching outfits, the matching haircuts, the matching chains. That we're going to be in Paris. We're going to Disney. We're going to blah, 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 blah. We're bouncing back and forth between Airbnbs. In any capacity, Bree. I know you're watching. I would give you advice to spend some time with Baby W today. Hug him tight. Tell him you love him. Just spend that extra time with him. Because Yeah, taking him to Hawaii, all of that. Yeah. I mean, she'll get one more visit. She'll get her December visit unless they take this back to court before then. It'll be really hard to get it back to court. He has just cause to take it back to court, not for an emergency basis, because again, like last time, he's not in imminent danger, right? She's still breaking her court order. And the judge, in a sense, hyped her up so much. I feel like you've truly learned, right? You've learned from this. She ain't learned shit. And she just slapped all that back right into the judge's face. And then making such statement as, well, I can do that because the judge is my homegirl. She just gets me. She's my homegirl. She's coming over for Thanksgiving. Like, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's showing the judge in the court that she takes this shit as a game. You guys notice she only streams when she has Baby W. Baby W is her money stream. That's it. It's exploitation. It's absolutely ridiculous. And she acts like this, like she does in the middle of a court case. Exactly, Ashley. Literally. Like, how is she going to act when she's not? Jonah's excited for Christmas too. He will wait. Yeah. Yeah, she feels very entitled. Oh, you did it, Heather? What the heck? I even put up, like, on my story that I was going to go live at, I was going to go live at 7, but I didn't want till 7:15 because I'm sick as shit, and I had, like, no color in my face. I had to put makeup on because I'm like, oh my god. They're going to think this is a final viewing. I was, like, gray. So I'm sorry. Hello, love. Can you ask me about Anta and Kira? You can ask me anything you want, honey. I want to believe that, right? Reality check loading for her. I guess it would be when the order comes down, but I truly believe that's what she wants, right? I don't think she truly is interested in having this amount of time. Now, I have said this from day one. I will continue to say it. I truly feel, I know she loves Baby W. I think the 3 weeks is way too much for him at this age, for him not to have her, for her not to have him. She should do every other weekend, and I think her bond would be a lot tighter, and I think she would be better. I think her and Santos could have a weekend apart, whatever. But she has played it to a T to be her perma victim self, right? I did everything I was supposed to. Well, how was I supposed to know? I thought it was just not around Baby W. But you have an attorney. Ask your attorney for clarification. You could ask Google for clarification. You could have messaged a lawyer and asked for clarification. You could have messaged me and asked for clarification. Any of us would have told you. Regardless of what people think, they think that I hate Bree and that I want Bree to not have Baby W, and which is the complete opposite. I have said from day one, I want nothing but, hey Roxy, I want nothing but for Bree to get it together and be the best mom that she can be, because Baby W deserves that. That's what I want for her. She has to want it. I can't want it for her. She has to want it, and she has proven time and time again she does not want it. Me and John just got blamed for something else. I'm like, what the hell? They truly act like me and John are just out in these streets rolling around together, cruising, looking for Bree and Santos. We don't give two shits. I haven't talked to John in ever. Like, what? Yeah, that one's, the judge is not gonna like that, the homegirl statement. I had one of my clients one time make a joke about that. I don't think it was like a joke. I think he said it like in just a way of like joking. He's like, "Good looking out, homie." Like that to the judge. I think it was just his normal speech. He was in a comfortable situation because this judge is amazing. I love this judge. And He was like, good looking out, homie. I'm sorry, what did you just call me? He says, I apologize, Your Honor. He's like, that's not what you said. Say it again. And he's like, I said, good looking. He's like, one thing I am not is your homie. That's what I'm not. I am the judge. No, I'm not a lawyer. I am a judge. You will address me as such, young man, and I will be here to help you and push you through all of this. But one thing I am not is your homie. You can hate me now and love me, whatever the case may be, but I will always be your honor to you. Do you understand? He was like, I'm sorry. I was like, what's wrong with you? I prep you guys honor to you. Do you understand? He was like, I'm sorry. I was like, what's wrong with you? I prep you guys. And, you know, a toddler, why would I have a toddler travel monthly when you don't have establishment here? It wouldn't make any sense. We won't know anything more about Kiara and Anti until the 4th. Right, why make a toddler travel at all? I mean, traveling's not bad, periodically, right? Periodically, it's not bad. Doing it every single month is crazy work. And there's no sense. There's no rhyme. There's no reason. Why? Why would the child need to travel every month when you don't have a job that you physically go to? It would make sense if she physically worked in California and she had to go to work. Yeah. You don't have a home, a car, a job. There's nothing in California. There's no reason. He has all of that in Texas. In regards to anti-acting strange, I mean, I don't know. But I would also put into, a lot of people act very strange during the holidays. Holiday depression is very, very, very real. And the only thing Anti has wanted is to see his child. And so people made so many videos about how Kira kind of looked sad feeding baby K for Thanksgiving. At least she had her child. Who did Anti have? So yeah, he does as good as he can to remain calm and woosah and whatnot. But then when it's constantly thrown in his face that other dudes are around his kids, people do it. They want him to crash out. It's disgusting behavior. It's absolutely disgusting behavior. So I don't know. No, Rhonda, I absolutely do not believe that at all. That she turned monetization off. No. And she had that stupid TTS. You have to pay to do TTS. Oh my God, he has a home in Florida, Texas, and Mexico, but always has to have Airbnbs everywhere. This guy, he's such a joke. Wait, let me see what we're talking about here. Oh, is that the question you're talking about? Is if I'm going to say Bree monetizes off of Baby W, why aren't you saying anything about 2K posting him on Snap? You guys know 2K makes money off of Snap, right? He does make money off of Snap, and he does post short clips of different little videos on Snap and here. The reason why I say anything in regards to Bree monetizing off of her child, it's more of exploitation, is because she doesn't really do any live streaming. She also gets paid off of Snap. She does Snap and Kick and all that, or not Kick, but she does Snap and all that stuff when she doesn't have them. But when she has Baby W in those 7 days, then she live streams. And she always she promotes it that she's going to live stream that 7 days explicitly because Baby W is there. John doesn't live stream for days, the 21 days or how many. He doesn't live stream in general with Baby W at all. Where she does. She only has him 7 days out of the month. During those 7 days, one would expect that she could slow down instead of being in the phone. I tell people all the time, you must be a newer user, but if I have my grandkids, I'm not live streaming because I'm focused on my grandkids. There was many clips that I saw. Now, granted, I didn't see the whole thing, so I don't know the context. But where it appeared that Baby W was trying to get her attention, but she's in the phone. And she has said, whether it be a joke or not, if it's a joke, it's not going to be taken kindly as a joke in the court of law. That she's going to, this is her money-making week, or she's going to make her Paris money while having Baby W, because she knows people are going to tune in, which is why I said, tell people all the time, don't watch. I don't report on it, don't watch on it, nothing. Right. Yeah. Baby W is a very minimalistic part of John's entire social media thing. I mean, go dollar for dollar on what she makes compared to what he makes. And he has him 3 weeks out of the month. And it's her child. That's the thing. I don't tell any of you guys how to parent. Love, I'm not telling her how to parent. Have you been here this whole time? I just read the court transcript. I read what the judge said. Those are the judge's words that just came out of my mouth. The judge. And it may be her child, but she has 0 custody. She has no legal custody and no physical custody. She has no custodial rights to said child. She has visitation rights, but she has no custodial rights. No custodial rights. She can't apply for a passport for him. The judge say in the order that she can't. She didn't say that she couldn't post him. She said, I want you to be very wise about what it is that you post because it's going to come back to me. That wasn't your question. Your question was, why did I not say anything about 2K posting and making money off of Baby W? The correlation is completely different. 2K posts him about this much of the time, but has him this much of the time. Bree posts him this much of the time and has him this much of the time. That's the difference. If she doesn't have Baby W, she's not live streaming. Yeah, it's their child. They both can make money off of him. As long as they both have a Coogan account set up for him. Does Bree have one set up for him? John does. And technically, John doesn't have to because the state he lives in, it's not a law. It is in California. So there's that. Listen, if we can give them the help, we'll give them the help. The passport order. Okay, so I can explain it. Because reading it just says that you can't apply for a passport, visa, birth certificate, anything you need to travel. I was able to get the verification because I asked an attorney why would she not have to turn hers in. And that's because that is her only form of ID. So she did not have to turn her passport in because it is her only form of ID. But there's like a mark on it or something, and she cannot apply for any visa or any of those documents for Baby W. Yeah. I know. Listen, that's just what was in the system. I know, y'all. I'm just telling you what was said. Just telling you. Exactly, Emily. I fully believe that. Yeah, because I actually asked the question. I was like, wait a minute. If she doesn't have she doesn't have a state ID or driver's license, and she has to turn her passport in, how would she be able to travel to go see Baby W? And that's what I was told. Amanda. I don't know if she has a driver's license or not. You guys, to be honest, I'm really not that in tune with Brie or Santos. To be honest, they both bother. I mean, to me, they're both extremely boring. No, I am glad that I reread the documents today, because we picked up on the thing that Santos cannot be a part of the visitation in any capacity. So she's clearly broken that every visit. He has been a part of every capacity. He may not be physically with him. I think that he is, but he may not be, but he is in every capacity. I'm not sure, Mad Hatter, to be honest. I really haven't even paid attention to when she's got him and when she drops him off. Again, I've so lost interest in this. It's gotten to the point to where, and again, people always think that I'm such a Brie hater, but we're so animated and upset about him, Baby W busting his lip. Oh my God, she shouldn't have him. Have you never had a 18-month-old? Like, hello? If you've had a child and you've made it through the terrible twos without ever a busted lip or a banged up finger or a scraped up knee and no amount of blood, you buy a lottery ticket, okay? Like, I do feel like people just search for certain things. That's not going to be me. Yeah, I don't understand the purpose on why, and then to do it with the towel as if he was bleeding excessively. Like, again, for her, her money, her child is her money. It's exploitation. But again, for people like wanting to call CPS and having a welfare check done, what I'm like, calm down. Do you know when that video came out? That was my first day that I was like really sick. And I had my notifications turned off on my phone, but not my iPad. I almost chucked my iPad out the window. My notifications were going off like emergency 911. Like, Angie, please, you've got to do something. Like, I thought it was cranberry sauce, but look, it's blood. Can't you call CPS and have him remove? Like, it's so not that serious, you guys. And no, I would never call and do that. I would never call and do that, especially not for a busted lip. I mean, I think every child's done it. I think when Tajane was like 3 or 4, she was riding the scooter. She hit a rock in her front teeth. Right here, it hit the scooter bar, and they came out through her lip. Oh, man, it was bad. Yeah, even Chuki was worried about the lip because it's, again, and if you don't have kids, I can see that being or if you have your first child and it's younger, I can see that being stressful. But look, I have 4 kids and 6 grandkids. I'm like, oh, that's minor. Oh, you're good. You know what I'm saying? Like, just follow the court orders. Kids are going to get hurt. She did what she could do to block off the stairs. If I put my toddler on video, people would... Literally, I mean, I'm like, listen, at that age, they are tumblers, okay? My grandbaby came over one day. She had a big lump on her head. Her whole face was scraped up. And I'm like... What the hell happened? She fell off a bike at the daycare. Thank God none of my kids are at that daycare anymore. I think I told you guys about this. They let her ride a bike at the daycare with no helmet. And you know how like sometimes like on the sidewalk, how like it'll like lift like this? You know, like parts of it, like somehow it becomes uneven. They had her riding a bike like that on that daycare. Oh my God. I was about to go up to that daycare. I was livid. She had the biggest little knot on her head. Her pretty little face was all scratched. Oh, I was mad. But, and again, because I'm Gen X, those little tiny busted lips don't bother me at all. So I still had plan on it. Didn't even phase it. Yeah. Jordy got stung by a bee on 4th of July, so she was 13 months old. And one of my other, I think it was Ava, was like, there's a bee on Jordan. And I was like, shit. It was like right on her foot. Like, so say this, her foot was like right on her like ankle right there. Sure enough, I went to go flink it off. And sure enough, it had already stung her. She had a little mark. She did not even make a peep. Not a peep. No, I do love having a nurse in the family, and her mom just happens to be the nurse. But I'm like, okay, I gotta play this calm, cool, and collected. Because your first bee sting is typically when you find out if you're allergic or not, right? With anything in life, I guess. Her mom was in the house getting ready. I said, sis? She's like, yeah. I said, she's good. What happened? I'm like, she's fine. She got stung by a bee. I'm just letting you know. I wanted you to take a look at it now so we can kind of monitor it. She didn't even make a peep. She's got, yeah, rub some dirt on it. Go on. That's what we literally made mud patches. That was our Band-Aids. That was our Neosporin. My daughter's just like, all right. She looked at it. Jordan didn't make a peep. These kids are tough. My son's first bee sting was about 10 bee stings. That was Mijo's too. He had a couple of bees. He was riding his bike, flew up his shorts and got him right on the inside of his thigh. He had like 10 bites or stings right there. About that. And he said he was surprised baby W hasn't. Yeah. Yeah. John was so cool with it. So I don't know why other people are like so stressed about like, just chill out. Yeah, no, we got the stinger was still sticking out. So she got it out. She put the stuff on it and we were good to go. But not Heather's gonna run into traffic. Oh Lord. But yeah, no, I feel you. It's that, you know, all those beginning things with kids. I see so many videos nowadays where people are like, okay, we're outside the emergency room. We're trying peanut butter for the first time. I'm like, why the hell are you outside the emergency room? What are you doing? Like someone's inside, you guys are getting ready to go visit, and you just stopping in and having lunch? And they're like, we just want to wait and see if we have an allergic reaction. I'm like, oh my God. My mom would have been like, she looks like one of those puffer fishes. Don't give her that shit again. Go rub some dirt on it. Listen, we were raised much different back then, okay? Like, y'all panicking about a busted lip. We learned to swim by being thrown in the deep end of the pool. And all the adults standing there saying, you better kick your legs and flap your arms. You're going to drown if not. Beer in hand, drinking. You better keep going. You're going to drown. You're almost there. I told you you'd make it. You're all right now. Now you know how to swim. Go ahead. That was our swimming lesson. That was it. Can you imagine if a parent did that now? Oh my God. Car seat, we didn't have those. I mean, maybe as a baby, I guess. I don't remember ever being one. I drove in the back of the pickup truck down I-5. Hold on, Angie. Calm down, Dad. Blah, 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 in the back of the pickup truck down the freeway. Listen, it was legal back then. We was all right. Yes, in the back of the station wagon. Oh my God. That was the best, okay? My brother was my car. Amen, Stacy. Dude, I remember one time, I have an uncle who's younger than me. He opened the door while we were driving down the freeway. I will never forget this. I was always tiny. I was always the tiniest kid in class, like all the way through. Oh, absolutely, Caitlin. Yeah, if the internet was around, social media, back in the 70s, 80s, even the 90s, we would all been in the system. Okay, we would all been raised. But my uncle was a much bigger kid. This dumbass, for some dumb reason, opens the door while we're driving down the freeway. And somehow it became my fault and my sole responsibility to pull his ass back. Imagine this. He's got the car door open. And I'm sitting in the middle seat. My older brother, Brian, he's sitting over here. Jay's sitting right here. He's hanging out the window, like, just watching the gravel. He's like, ah! watching the gravel go by, okay? One would think my mom would slow down, pull over. Nah, she's like, what the fuck, Jason? And get him in the car. Missy, you better pull his ass in the car right now. I swear to God, I am not pulling over. If I have to pull this car over, so help me God, he's gonna get a beat. I'm like, I think he'd take the beating, Mom. He's about to get road rash on his face. She's like, you better pull him. She's still just driving. Somehow his dumbass got back in the car. I don't know if it was me or my, but I don't know how he got back in the car. Anyways, we just kept going. We never stopped. So I'm okay with a bloody lip. Listen, okay? Can you imagine if that was to happen nowadays? Just a kid hanging out the car going, the cement. They would have made a movie out of it, okay? Oh my gosh. Yeah. That was the worst about being so tiny, is you're always in the middle. You're like, roll down the window. You gotta wait for them to get it rolled down. Listen, if he fell out, I truly felt like my mom was just gonna either keep going or run him over. And I don't know if he just didn't want to stay out there because he didn't want the ass whoop, but I don't know what happened. Yeah, never heard of them back in the day. No. Yeah. And then my mom said, if I have to pull over to pick you up, I'm going to beat your ass. Well, I think that's the least of his concern there, Mom. You're going 60 down the freeway. The door's open. We didn't wear seatbelts back then. We didn't wear seatbelts till Click-It and Ticket came in. He is out the car. God. Listen. Time I accidentally cut some jalapenos. Let's just say I would ever. Oh my God. Do you guys remember the cinnamon paper and the cinnamon like toothpick things? Sid, I have no idea. I would love to know. I just don't think they did much of anything. My brother gave me some of that cinnamon paper. I had a cold. Well, actually, I think it was my allergies because we were outside. But anyways, nonetheless, I had a sneeze. This stupid asshole. I said, oh, I got some tissue for you. Gave me some tissue to blow my nose with, and it was that cinnamon tissue. Honey, my eyes were all red, watering. My face was so red and puffy and swollen. What are you laughing at, Lulu? Sparkles. Oh, not y'all laughing at my pain and agony as a child. I went in the house. My mom said, what the hell happened to you? You better go back outside. Well, can I answer what happened first? No. Go back outside and figure it out. Because if you're coming in to clean. I could barely see, smell, taste. It was hilarious. I'm just messing with y'all. You just made some? No way. My brother had the little bottle of cinnamon, and he would extra dip them in there or put them on the paper for me just to torment me. Click the red part of the seatbelt buckle to stop the beeping. Oh, God. The good old days, right? Listen, Katie. Now, I don't know. He could have been tonight, and he may be a little salty because I was reading and I wasn't in the comments. No. You don't need to bring up Al and rub it in my face that he's been in other people's chats and lives. Okay? I did my makeup just for him and everything, and he doesn't show. I'm starting to find out Al's like every other man. Damn him. Damn him, man. You know, Sid, my brother and I haven't spoken in many years, 9 years. Yeah, I had to get a restraining order against him after my mom passed away, unfortunately. Yeah, because he admitted he wanted to me. Oh, I was a cheater. Oh, yeah. Al was swinging for Shelbs. Okay, I was over on Shelby's live, and there's Al over there just flirting away with Shelby. So to be honest, I really don't know if my brother was, no, I don't mind at all. I don't know if he's still alive or not. But yes, he was hilarious. My brother was very, very funny. It really, it really sucks that he got so involved in into rugs at such an early age, like 12, 13. Yeah, I've been very open and honest on here about it. So we have no contact at all. No, I have not. Let me see. Damn. January is going to be 9 years since my mom passed. Yes, we haven't talked in 9 years. In February 28th was the last time we saw each other. That's when I got my restraining order. So, yeah, I don't know. Crazy. Not February 20th, February 14th. Valentine's Day. Crazy, crazy. Don't be sorry, love. My life is much better without the drama. But he was hilarious. He was very, very funny. He was very, very funny. My whole family is. Done 5 years. It's so crazy. It goes by so fast. I'm like, when she first passed, I'm like, I can't even imagine how am I going to do this. Okay. November. No way. Oh, I'm in the wrong one. Hold on. I'm probably going to hop off soon. I feel like my fever's coming back. If you guys are not following, make sure that you guys follow me. I forgot I was supposed to say a long time ago. Oh, it changes people so much. So much. Oh, I thought it was my pictures of them. So I just sent a thing. It says, I personally know the owner and Brianna needs to be worried. The owner didn't know Santos wasn't supposed to be around the baby, so she will definitely do the right thing and send any footage to John and his mom. Brianna Sally won't get out of this one. Interesante. Oh. Yeah, whatever this is, I tell you, it is. When I looked at myself when I was about to go live, I sat down. I'm like, I can barely see out of my eyes. My skin is so pale. It was my lips that got me. They were white as can be. Honey, 3 years since my mom passed. It gets worse and worse. I feel like Scotia. That's why I say I love to keep. Was that the link you just read? Was that a link? No, it was a message that I just read. You have it too. Literally, so many people have it. It is crazy. Yeah, but it's really important for us all to stick together. Holidays are a tough time, a very tough time for us, for people, anyways. So I just want us to stick together. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Is there a link to the comments? Oopsies, hold on. No, there's not a link to the comments. If you have it, if you want to send it to me, I'll stay on for a little bit longer and I'll read them. Oh, hold on.
I'm also 22 steps ahead.
Oh, I saw that.
Gross. This shit, you just fucking annoying me like a fucking fly. And don't try to pressure me to fucking say anything because I don't fucking listen to y'all ever. And then 2, I don't do that shit for clout. And then 3, I'm on my own schedule, bitch. We speak when it counts, not for clout. Well, I'm home. I'm also...
Yeah, if someone has it and they want to send it to me, I can read it. Man, I feel like shit. Thank you, Megan. Thank you guys so much for your daily heart me's and the. Oh my god, you guys almost had 150,000 taps. You guys are freaking amazing. Get it. You went to your little finger. 420 for my people that 420. This is your time. Shit, 420 in the chat. Choke it up. Oh no, we're back down to C1. You guys were right. No. You guys were right. We can lose chippers. Oh no. That's okay. I was off for a couple days. I was sick. Damn it, man. I was in the B for so long. Good night, love bug. Yeah, this cough is like no joke. No joke. We'll push it tomorrow. All right, guys. Oh, wait. Was someone going to send that to me? Or no? Yeah, everyone feel better. This is crap. It hit us all. Please pray for my family and my mom. Oh. Jojo, I'm definitely saying a prayer for you and your family. That is tough love. Read the book they gave you, front to back. That's what I did. I read that book front to back every day. I just kept reading the book. No, it's not a guarantee for everybody, but it was very helpful for me. Do you think she believes if visits are in Cali again, John is going to have to bring W to... I do think she thinks that. Because how would it be cheaper for her? You know what I'm saying? It's not. The judge would be... Now, the judge may say he has to transport one way and her the other way, but he did it for so many months, so I don't know why. So I don't know. Okay, well, I don't have it just yet. So I'm going to go ahead and log off. But tomorrow, I'll try to come on earlier tomorrow, and we'll do a longer live. It was very helpful, yeah. Yeah, it was very helpful for me. Now, again, it wasn't step by step for her. It's not the same for everybody, but it was very helpful. It was. The only thing it didn't say that scared me was it did not tell me anything about the last breath, and that scared the shit out of me. So, hey, you guys got me to 150,000 likes. I so appreciate you guys. So, all right, guys, I love you so much. I will see you tomorrow. Have a good night. I can see you, WB Mama. Are you still here? I see you, love. Cap 2K. Can 2K refuse to take W to LA? Not if the judge orders it. Not if the judge orders it. Yes. Wait, what? What book? Oh, Jojo said that she's with her mom on hospice right now. And when my mom was on hospice, they gave us a book. And it was basically an end-of-life book. And that's the only book I think I've read since high school. Well, it's college, but still. Yeah, it was a very, very, very important book that helped me through that process. So that was all. All right, loves. I love you. I had to make sure that WV Mama had her questions answered. I couldn't let her go to sleep. Oh, you have a client in hospice? They should get... You should have that book. It's very important. It's a good book. Same with me. I read that book entirely. Yeah, it was just the biggest help. It truly, truly was. And it gave me all the resources, because in the back it had like all the funeral home, like everything, the prices for everything. I was able to have everything taken care of. Yeah, sweet sister. I agree. Again, my mom didn't have the, what do they call it, like the death growl or whatever, like breathing where they have the lengthening breathing in between. My mom never had that. My mom's vitals were solid. Like her blood pressure was 120/80. She had a great heart rate. I'm like, nah, something's wrong. Something's wrong. Rattle. Thank you. She didn't have, weird breathing. I'd ask the hospice nurse. They're like, she's at the end, but it's going to be a couple of days. This was at 8:20 p.m. They're like, she's at the end, but it's going to be a couple days. Her heart rate is strong. Like, you wouldn't even think that she had cancer. Like, she literally has a perfect blood pressure. 120/80. Heart rate's good. She has urine output. Everything is good. It's probably going to be 2, 3, maybe 4 days. Like, all right. At 8:30, her nurse came in, which was her nurse that we'd had the whole 38 days. And I'm like, something feels very off with my mom. And you check. I know hospital's in here. Can you check? Because something doesn't feel right. Something feels different. She checks her. She's like, she's at the end. She's going to go through this. She has, a perfect blood pressure. Her heart rate is good. She has urine output. She's not there yet, but, it'll be a couple of days. And literally at 8:35, the nurse left the room at 8:33, and at 8:35, my mom took her last breath. And that scared me because that sound was not in that book. I was prepared for the death rattle. I was prepared for everything that was in that book because I read that book every day, right? I needed to have myself prepared as I could be. There was nothing in that book that said that. And that scared me. And, yeah. And right when it happened, I was like, oh my God, Mom. And I just remember looking to the side, and that's when the butterfly just flew away that had sat there with me for 2 weeks to the day. And that was it. The death. Oh, I've never heard of that, Roxy. Yeah, Scotia was because it was very loud. And I pushed the button. They knew I only ever pushed the button if something was wrong. And so they came running in and they checked her. And they checked her and they're like, I'm sorry. Oh, I was like, giggle. That would be interesting. That would be a way to go out giggling. That would have been my mom, but yeah. So anyways, that was history. But so Jojo, I would definitely say read the book, but just be prepared. You just never know. Just keep fighting. Keep fighting, Donna. You got us. Praying for you, girl. You got this. Just keep fighting. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for everything. And remember, this is not about just the drama on TikTok and what these young kids are doing. We are here for each other and to lift each other up and to pray for each other every single day and to praise each other every single day. So our mission over here is so much different than what's going on here. So again, we're here if you guys need each other. I'd love for you guys to exchange with each other, all of that stuff, so you guys can continue to support each other. Okay, I love you so much. My voice is giving out. I'm going to bed. I will see you guys tomorrow. I will put in my in my profile thing what time I'm going to be on. I'll let you know. I'm hoping to go live like around 3 or 4, so we can be on a little bit earlier. All right, love you. Have a good night. Bye.